Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Just kidding. I'm mocking my daughter. To answer your question about if you have students who have not taken the MAP test, but you don't quite know how to pinpoint skills that they should be working for, NWEA, you actually can still use NWEA to support the information that you know from the students' skills that they need to work on from in class. Say that again. You can use NWEA to find specific skills that you already know from in class that they need to work on, but basically to get the verbiage. So I'm going to show how to do that. So once you log into NWEA, you're going to go to Map Growth Reports. After clicking on Map Growth Reports, you'll go down to where it says Learning Continuum. And what the Learning Continuum does is it shows you where your students fall in terms of all the skills that they could possibly know and learn. So it's going to say class view. You want to look at term roster fall, and term tested should be exactly the same. These things will probably already be filled in for you, school instructor, because you only have access to your own information, class, and you just want to ensure that you choose reading because we're looking specifically at reading. So I'm going to go ahead and click on view report. And so here you have to understand the different areas of concern before you can begin to break down where their skills, what are the skills they need to increase. So understanding that literary text, of course, is literature and stories and things like that. Informational text is going to be that text that you're reading factual information about a lot of your science and social studies text, but information that is facts. That's typically the informational text. And then, of course, vocabulary acquisition and use is just the use of vocabulary, understanding vocabulary, reading vocabulary. And I will also include some more detailed notes about each one of these pieces so that I can just make sure that you guys are understanding. Okay, so now that I'm in, I'll see it says Learning Continuum, Class View. I'll see my name, the term roster, my school, all those things I just picked ahead of time. And what you want to do is choose how you are seeing your information. So I'm going to click on Edit Display Options. After I choose Edit Display Options, because my student is below grade level, I'm actually going to go ahead and pick my grade level, but I'm also going to pick some lower level information or lower level standards and skill sets so that I know I can pinpoint what the student needs to work on, but just at a lower level. So I'm not going to leave it in no grouping. I'm actually going to change it to group by standard, because typically when we are instructing students, we are working by standards that students should meet. So after I do that, I'm going to go ahead and click on close. So now after I identify what we worked on in class, and of course I talked about drawing conclusions, I talked about we were trying to draw conclusions about a character and a story, which is going to be literary text, versus informational text, which would be drawing conclusions about some facts or something that happened. So I'm going to go back up here. I'm going to click on draw conclusions. So the numbers on the left-hand side indicate the skill level of the student. So it's basically those numbers that we see that they're scoring on NWEA. Okay, so I'll see like 141 is really low. 151 goes up, goes up, goes up. All right. So the nice thing about this is it's going to give me the standards and it's going to break it down by grade level. So here, this one is a first grade level standard. So again, it's talking about drawing conclusions, inferring, and predicting. So what did we do in class that I saw that indicated that the student was not on grade level? So for this particular one with the prompt, after asking questions, was the student able to locate key ideas in the text? So if they were, maybe, or if they weren't, you can choose this information, right? And, or you could scroll down and see what other information you know for sure they were not able to do. So I'm going to jump down to the next one. So same thing with prompt and support. So now it's not only locating details about the literary text, but also could they make inferences about it? Could they locate details about the event? Oh, now that I think about it, they couldn't even tell me beginning, middle, and end. So maybe you want to choose this one. And then you can even go up higher. This is a kindergarten standard one. This is the same standard, but the standard for first grade. Same exact standard again, but the standard for second grade. And again, same standard again, but standard for first grade. And so we're seeing that standard is growing each time. So which one of these is more appropriate for that student that you want them to be able to do? So whatever you decide what's appropriate for them, you're going to take that information and you're going to copy and paste that information right into their IRIP, just like a student who had taken NWEA and you were able to take the skills from there. Once you copy it onto the IRIP, you can go back and put it in parent-friendly language, if you will, or place even examples there if you want to really go out to help the parents understand what the students need to be able to do. But I do think the way these standards are written in here, it does kind of break it out pretty good. So ask and answer a question about key details in text. Can they locate details? Can they tell you about the events? Can they tell you about the settings? Can they tell you about the sequence? Can they tell you about the characters, locate details about the characters? I really do love the way that this is set up, and I hope it helps.